go. Here we go. Lots of behavioural posturing going on here. The other ones become subordinate for the minute, but he may turn at any second and they may engage. Lots of tail flicking and head nodding and vocalizing. Just while we're watching these two posture, look at this. He's following him around, and it does become a lot like a game of just posturing and puffing out chests and tail wagging, lip licking, sorry, head nodding, all these different behaviours. And they will engage when it comes a little bit more serious, but this male at the front looks like he's got bigger horns, but he's definitely becoming more subordinate than the other. Just pushed him off to the other side there. And that was a sort of just a very, very small display of what goes on. When they engage, it is like head-to-head battle, and they can break a horn, they can do loads and loads of damage to each other, but sometimes you'll find predators. He's beautiful, isn't he? He's got loads of flies all over him, that's for sure. Very beautiful antelope. A few ear tears there. That could be anything. Could be a battle that he's had, or it could have been just caught on a bush or anything when he was young. So we'll try and catch up on more of that, and I'm sure once, I absolutely know that you'll see some fantastic rutting over the next 3 weeks with Scott and Brent and Steph. They'll really be watching that, because the battles are fierce and it's very, very interesting to watch. They spend about a quarter of their day protecting their herd, and they really do drop their guard, and sometimes when they drop their guard, predators will use that as a potential little sort of buffer zone where they've dropped their guard so much that they're not taking any notice of their surroundings, and a predator will go in and take them out. So we've got a lovely question from Catherine in Texas. Catherine, how are you? Welcome aboard, and great to have you with us. I love Texas. I haven't been there for a while, but when I was there I had a fantastic time. Catherine, your question is there many natural fires in the bush, and what do the animals do, or what happens to the animals? Look, there's two types of fires we have in the bush, and one fire is a purpose-lit fire, or a man-made fire, where the grass can go and the bush can go quite sour, and the grasses need to be refreshed, and that's a natural occurrence that would happen in the bush from a lightning strike. And these natural bushfires actually do clean through the bush, and you get fantastic regrowth. So we do have to manage them, and the reserve management on Sabi Sands would do that, and each lodge would have their land manager or their reserve manager to do it. And they would burn a block on a very, very calm day, very still. Have a lot of staff staff on hand to make sure it's all under control. You don't want any wind blowing and it to jump the road or anything like that. And they would use these roads as a buffer zone or a fire break, and they would burn out a block. Now, most, I have to say, majority of the animals move on. Unfortunately, there would be some loss to invertebrates and potentially small mammals if they couldn't get down, but majority of the time they get out of the way and they hear it coming and or go underground and survive that. But it has to be done. It has to be done to keep and it's a natural occurring thing. Now, it doesn't just happen in Africa, in Australia, for example. Fires were used by Aboriginal people for thousands of years to manage their land in that sort of way as well. But you also have natural fires from lightning strike, and it occurs, it really does occur, and it's just a natural way that things get flushed out, but majority of the animals are absolutely fine and see it coming, smell smoke, etc. One thing you will find interesting, Catherine, is you'll find fork-tailed drongos, a little character of a bird. I love them bits. They're a common little resident, and there's other species as well, but they will follow a fire or stay in front of a fire as the fire burns in the trees and swoop around and gather all the little invertebrates that fly up in the air, and they get really full bellies from it. It's quite interesting to watch. The fire you think most animals would just try and get away from, fork-tailed drongos can, and a few other bird species can follow that fire with great anticipation for what's going to come out of that fire for their food. So thank you for your question, Catherine. Fantastic one. Hope Texas is sunny and shining, and I look forward to having you on board again and another question from you. Thanks a lot.